I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. So following his criminal arraignment in Manhattan, Donald Trump went back to Mar-a-Lago. He gave that completely deranged speech, and he told a lot of his aides and advisors who are working on his campaign that he wants to hire Laura Loomer to join the campaign and to have a leading role. And Donald Trump's advisors then leaked that on Friday to the New York Times because they don't want Laura Loomer. Even for Trump's advisors, they believe Laura Loomer is too extreme, so they're trying to scuttle her leadership role within the Trump campaign by running to the New York Times. So who is Laura Loomer, who Donald Trump wants to put in a position as a leader in his campaign? Well, Laura Loomer is virulently and disgustingly racist. She is anti-Muslim. She is a white nationalist. I mean, she's made statements before that she supports white nationalism. I mean, literally her statement that she gave on a program called Nationalist Radio in 2017, and her words surfaced in 2021. She goes, "Someone asked me, are you pro-white nationalism? Yes, I'm pro-white nationalism." And that's one of the many statements that she's made. I mean, here is a post where there was a news article from The Nation that over 2,000 migrants have died crossing the Mediterranean so far this year. This was a 2017 post. And Laura Loomer responded in 2017, good, with the emoji of hands clapping. Here's to 2,000 more. Again, this is who Donald Trump wants to have a leadership position in his campaign. This is what she said as well. She said on a social media platform, she goes, "I hope I get COVID just so I can prove to people I've had bouts of food poisoning that are more serious and life-threatening than a hyped-up virus. Have you ever eaten bad fajitas that will kill you faster than COVID?" So she's someone who has spread this disgusting COVID disinformation over and over and over again. Here's what she said about Donald Trump's whining and ranting and raving like a lunatic after he lost the 2020 election and started spreading all of the lies. She goes, "President Trump should physically refuse to leave the White House as a form of sit-in protest against voter fraud and stolen elections." She was banned from Twitter in 2018 for just saying this hateful stuff, and she goes, "No, this is my free speech right. I'm just asserting my First Amendment rights." And it's like, stop using free speech as a way to spread hate and to spread lies and to spread disinformation that kills people. So after she was banned from Twitter, she went to the Twitter headquarters in one of the Twitter offices in New York City, and she chained herself to the door wearing a yellow Star of David and compared what Twitter did to her to Nazis. This is Nick Fuentes, the white supremacist who also had a dinner party with Donald Trump and Kanye West. This is what he had to say about Laura Loomer. He said, "Best friends, Laura Loomer, Jacob Wall. Anybody have a problem with the Jays, you're going to have to go through me first." And so she's very close with Nick Fuentes. She's also ran for Congress twice. The first time she ran was in 2020 in Palm Beach as the Republican candidate, and she lost there. Then she tried to run and by the way, I think Trump voted for her in 2020. Then she ran in 2022 in District 11 in Florida, and that's where the Villages is located. And she almost won in the primaries, which would have meant that she would have won the seat of Congress given the composition of that district. But after she lost the primaries, she did this speech. I mean, this is why I guess she's perfect for Donald Trump. This is the speech that she gave where she cried and accused the other Republican candidate who won in District 11 over her in the primaries of voter fraud. Here, play this clip.
We are losing our country because of big tech election interference. And I am pleading with the Republican Party to please start taking this issue seriously. Please. Because the American people deserve representation. And That's why I ran for Congress in 2020. It's why I ran for Congress in 2022, and it's why I'm going to keep fighting for all of you. I'm never going to...
Oh, and in connection with those congressional campaigns, she was the first political candidate to run ads on the white nationalist-friendly social media platform Gab, and she bragged about it. She said, "It's official. I'm the first U.S. political candidate to run ads on Gab. When I'm in Congress, I'm going to defeat big tech so they can no longer silence anyone." And very recently, she's been posting all of these, anti-Ron DeSantis posts. That's one of the main reasons she's also endeared herself to Donald Trump, not just because of, in addition to all of the other racist stuff and the election lies and the COVID lies. That's a big plus in MAGA Republican world. That's what it means to be a mainstream Republican today in the MAGA Trump Republican Party. But these are the types of posts she makes every day about Ron DeSantis. And she goes, here's a photo of Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis she posts, and she goes, "This is the uniparty swamps dream matchup in 2024. This is why they manufactured the drama between Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis. It's all fake. The GOP wants to destroy MAGA and push in Trojan horse DeSantis and run him against a ticket with Michelle Obama and Gavin Newsom." Here's another post. I could show you dozens of these posts that she makes about DeSantis. She goes, "But Governor DeSantis does know a thing or two about taking money from alleged pedophiles. Go ask his best friend and one of his biggest donors, Kent Sturman. Oh, wait, you can't because he killed himself or perhaps was whacked for being a political liability to powerful Florida Republicans during recent active investigations into accusations of sex crimes with minors. This is DeSantis' admitted best friend. DeSantis even once lived in Kent's house." So by her spreading these statements about DeSantis over and over again, and frankly, hating on the Republicans, that's a major part of what it means to be a MAGA Republican. Look, as I've always said, the modern day Republican Party is the MAGA Republican Party. There is no more like Republican Party. They view Republicans as uniparty, as rhinos, as all of, as anything but a MAGA Republican if you don't have like complete obedience to Donald Trump. And so when she was asked by the New York Times about, hey, Donald Trump wants to hire you, what's your response? She said the following. She goes, "Out of respect for Trump, I'm not going to comment on private conversations that I had with him. He knows I have always been a loyalist, and I'm committed to helping him win re-election in 2024. He likes me very much, and it's a shame that he's surrounded by some people that run to a publication, New York Times, that is notorious for attacking him in order to try to cut me at the knees instead of being loyal to him and respecting their confidentiality agreements." So she cites confidentiality agreements with Donald Trump as one of the reasons that they're violating their obedience and confidentiality to Donald Trump by speaking with the New York Times on background. She goes on to say, "I know a lot of people don't like me, but that's their problem, not mine. I have proven my loyalty to him countless times, over and over and over. Even if other people try to malign me and undermine Trump's wishes, I will continue to be ride or die Trump supporter. Trump deserves loyalty, and he deserves to have loyal people working for him who do not leak to the press." And then she goes on to say, to the Times, she goes, "I ran for Congress as the first deplatformed candidate in United States history. I'm a Jewish conservative woman, a Trump loyalist, and a free speech absolutist. And I also used to work for Project Veritas too. It's not like I'm some kind of fringe person. I won the GOP primary in 2020, and Trump literally voted for me. Anybody who follows me knows that I'm the person who has been independently leading the charge on opposition research, aggressively exposing damning and consequential stories about DeSantis and other Trump opponents," is what she also said. The one point, though, that I do think she says that is accurate, though, is where she goes, "It's not like I'm some kind of fringe person." With respect to the GOP, she's right. She is not a fringe person, and that's why Donald Trump wants her to be a leader in his campaign and to work for the campaign. She is what it means to be a modern day MAGA Republican. That's the modern day Republican Party, is exactly that, right? It's people like her, it's people like Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz and James Comer and Jim Jordan and Gosar. And I could go on and on and on and name, all of these people, but that is the mainstream Republican Party, and it is utterly despicable and it is utterly dangerous. And that's why it is vital that we call it out. You can't do what the media did in 2015, 2016, and then continue to do up until now, where they don't take this seriously, where they normalize this behavior, right? I mean, that's not a conservative person, Laura Loomer, right? That's not conservative, right? That's really disturbed, and it's weird, and it's dangerous, and it is anti-American, and it goes against all of our values. Look, America is so much better than this MAGA Republican fascist mess. Overwhelmingly, Americans like equality. Americans want to treat people decently. Americans want to treat people compassionately. Americans want intelligent conversation. Americans want politicians who are delivering for the people and who have policies that are delivering for the people. And I think that's just so important, right? Like, as Democrats are talking about jobs and infrastructure and healthcare and education and equality and making sure that women can control their own bodies and that people can marry who they love and protecting veterans and Social Security and Medicare. Like, these are issues. These are the real issues. You have people like Laura Loomer, who's now a mainstream Republican today, talking about obedience and confidentiality, and I'm ride or die Donald Trump, and I've shown my loyalty. And I mean, it is utterly deranged. It is a fascist nightmare of a political party. They have no spine. It is purely a cult, and we got to call it out. And that's what we're going to do each and every day here at the MeidasTouch Network. So thank you for watching this video. Hit subscribe right now. It's free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your support. Help us get there by hitting subscribe right now. Help us get to 1.5 million. Also, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. patreon.com/MeidasTouch. You'll enjoy our memberships there with great exclusive content. It helps fund this network since we're not funded by outside investors. No pressure if you can't do it. And if you don't want to do it, also check us out wherever you get your audio podcasts. Just go to search MeidasTouch Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. It's free. So until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas, and if you can, hit subscribe on this YouTube channel right now. Thanks for watching.
The best part of waking up? MAGA tears in my cup. Check out the new MAGA tears mug, available now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com. It's 100% union made right here in the USA. I know I'm not tired of winning yet. How about you? Get yours today.